How was your football life? Like, mine was great. Today, I will discuss the pros and cons of being on a diet. Towards the end, I will explain my schedule on how I make this work. Strict water only diet. Pros, short term. I go maybe about 6 months, 7 months, depends on when I want to do it. Mental clarity hit me fast. After the first wave of hunger passed, my thoughts felt razor sharp. It was oddly peaceful, not worrying about meals. Now, with me not worrying about meals, you have to have the right mindset, of course, and the right stability to do it. Now, we have detox vibes. The skin looked clear, bloating, disappeared, and my stomach felt light. Discipline boost. Something is empowering about saying no to everything and sticking to it. My gut and strive to really just do this just gave me that drive and power to overcome each and everything. Cons, and they get loud. The energy crashed by day, 2 or 3, even steady, felt like a workout. Forget about exercising. When you try to think straight, it doesn't really try or anything involved in what's going on. You just try to get through the day. The mood swings start to kick in. I wasn't just irritated, I was volcanic. One minor inconvenience, and I was ready to fight the furniture. The social isolation, try to explain why you are sipping water while everyone's eating. It being awkward doesn't even begin to cover it. Nutrient gamble. You might feel clean, but your body's screaming. For protein, salt, potassium, and everything else, you are skipping. Now, let me go straight into when I started my carnivore diet, which is now. I burned 468 calories on my carnivore diet, meat only, tiny portions. Let me tell you about the pros and stuff like that. Satiation, despite low calories, with the animal fats and proteins, kept hunger tolerable compared to any low-fat veggie plan I've ever tried. Simple prep, just no waiting broccoli or Googling how to cook. Right when you have your air fryer, right at the use of your hands. Can't even use quinoa. I know that quinoa is so good, but you can't use it. Visible definition. The body leans out fast, especially when combined this with light movement. This is what I mean. You have to have that drive. Now let me get into the cons. The cons. Brain fog. Below 500 calories a day is starvation territory, even if it's a ribeye. No micronutrients. You miss out on vitamin C, fiber, and a lot of other essentials unless you supplement hardcore. expensive. Good meat isn't cheap. And suddenly, every bite feels like you're eating $5. Yes, a $5 bill. Awesome. Move fatigue. When you're a low-cal carnivore, the fire goes out. You're there. But the kind of emotionally numb. If this were my story, I'd say the most significant lesson was that restriction might feel powerful, but nourishing. It's truly a form of freedom. Once I stopped measuring success by how little I could survive on and started asking how well I could live, everything shifted. After the water-only diet, water lingered. Messed up homes sitting for weeks, my stomach didn't ask for food, it screamed or went silent. It took time to relearn standard hunger cues. Trust issues with my body. I kept second guessing every craving, wondering if it was emotional or real. It was exhausting. Sported energy dips, my stamina was touch and go for a while. One day I feel like Superman, next day I feel like taking a nap at the 4th of March. Mental resilience, I felt tougher if I could survive that regular stress until it's gone. After the 468 calorie deficit, what stuck around? Food became transactional. I saw meals as fuel, not as source of joy. That emotional disconnect makes celebrations feel flat. Digestive issues, zero fiber, wreaked havoc on my system. Reintroducing veggies was a digestive reboot I didn't know I needed. Mood leveling, my highs and lows have been muted as if someone had turned the emotional volume down. The quiet lasted longer than expected. Hyper-awareness of food quality. I couldn't go back to eating regular meat. I became picky, grass-fed pasture, raised the words. I'd say both taught me what my body doesn't thrive on and where that's more useful than finding the perfect plan if you're crafting anything around resilience or transformation, whether storytelling or real-life change. These kinds of raw experiences bring deep authenticity to the table. Now, let me describe what my plan is so y'all can all see where I'm getting at. I wake up at 2:30 a.m. every single morning. I get up, I go to the gym. I run 6 miles per hour for 35 minutes. Then I jump jacks, high knees, burpees, hip workout session. Next, I hit pull-ups and lat pull-downs until failure. Once I do that, I'm not done, because now it's time to go back home, shower, make sure I have my gallon of water, make sure it's straight and ready to go. I then get ready to start my day and to see schedule everything. So now I have to not only place my meals and set the meals ready to go, I kind of had to simplify what I ate because I wanted to not only meet my goal of losing 60 pounds by December 18th, but I really just had to find the source and the resource of what I needed to do to get to that point in time. So what I eat is an 80-20, which is ground beef, which it helps for your energy in keeping everything straightforward. You need the fat since you're only eating nothing but protein. So let me show you guys a little bowl that I just prepared, but I have to make this statement. Yes, it has 2 ounces of pork tenderloin in it, and I have 2 boiled eggs. Now, I don't have 2 boiled eggs to show you guys right now because I already have my meal for the day, but I will show you what the prep is. So, this is the prep, you know, my little bowls and stuff like that. This is 5 ounces of pork tenderloin, no season at all. It's just pink Himalayan salt, and I use pure Irish gold butter, which is really good because it's not plant-based, it is grass-fed. It's strictly for being on a strict carnivore diet. You really have to do your research before you really start what you need to do, right? So, how I weigh my stuff, you may be asking. So, how I weigh my stuff is I have a scale, and I weigh it with this. And, you know, it's easy. Just make sure you clean it off, wipe it off, things like that in that nature. And you will have what you need to do. Now, you see those gallons back in the back? I drink those a day. That's the only thing I drink. Now, here's a gallon I still have to finish, right? So, you definitely have to be on your P's and Q's because one thing about it, being on your P's and Q's, you start to see the definition and the discipline hanging out. This is what you need to actually know what you're starting to do. You need a goal. You need to set passion. You need to have that drive to really go for what you really need to and what you want. And also just growing as a person. My reasoning is not just to look better, feel better, think smarter, more proactive, but also a self-journey to see if I can truly do it and proving something to myself, not to others. And just making sure I can stay really, really focused and not let any distractions keep me off my game. But guys, with all being said, thank you for listening to my video, and I hope you guys like it. You guys have a good day. Oh, also, you thought I was going, I'm not going yet. I never told you what time I go to bed. I go to bed at 6:30 p.m. because I need 8 hours of sleep, right? As always, you should have 8 hours of sleep a day. You should drink minimum a gallon a day and have some type of workout and stuff like that. And that just really brings my schedule to just who I am as a person. And I'm very disciplined. I come from a military-based family. Not only managing my businesses and stuff like that, I have to make sure I have my body in order as well. So now I'm finished, guys. So I really hope the message got to you guys and you guys understood. And I hope you guys have a good rest of your day. All right, thank you.